Pasvin? Tamirian? Yanara.
Now listen. Listen before you judge me. Before you judge me. I did not realize. I did a lot of wandering. In fact, I have 2 clips that I'm going to have to add in here at some point. I may have started the video with it. They may come after this. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, since, I'm still recording this. But after after I stopped recording last episode, I went on and did some things. Mainly, my objective was to figure out what exactly I'm supposed to do with the Seeker's soul. I went up to Song Palace? Songclave, that's what it is. I went up to Songclave and I stopped because I'm not entirely sure that's what it's called. There. Now I'm vindicated, validated. That's it. And I spoke to, I spoke to him, and he mentioned he knew the guy this soul belonged to. That was it, though. I went so far as to go all the way up here and talk to the guy about his obsession with masks. He had nothing else to say as far as I could tell. And he had no relevance to the seeker soul. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. See, I even went into the mists just to see if perhaps this could aid in navigating. No, it does not. So, where else did I go? I went and talked to pretty much everyone that I could think of. Maybe it could go here? I remember we talked to the bush Wookiee girl who likes to hide as plants, but the statue here didn't seem to hold any actual relevance to anything. It just introduced bush Wookiee, and she hasn't done anything of note since. And now that I think about bush Wookiee, I'm reminded of Chakra. There was a new quest. There were two new jobs in Bellheart. This was one of them. The other one was some donation thing for 400 beads, which I paid instantly. Because even now I am filthy rich. So I picked this up as well. And we have to head back to Biowater, which is fine because we're not done with Biowater yet. As you can see up there, there's hair on my tongue. Sure hope it's mine. It'd be weird otherwise. Not sure how it got there since I haven't actually opened my mouth since I woke up. Not until now, anyway. Is it yours? Is that what happened? How did you do that? Anyway, as you can see, we went up here. If you saw last episode, you know we went up here. Without a map, at some point, you'll have seen the clip where we turned in the quest we picked up at the end of last episode. It took a while. It would have been a lot faster if I had left the area and gone anywhere and fought enemies elsewhere where they were more plentiful. Would have been a whole lot easier. Instead, do you remember? Oh, I can actually show the guy. I don't think he was the last thing I killed, but what was he? The scum sucker or some crap? Should show. They're not arranged by name, so even if there he is, the duck sucker. Remember, in that area where we got the quest, there's only one. So I farmed this guy a minimum of let's see. One was 10, the other was 10, the other was 35. But for the shredded parts, it would drop 3. So 3 times 10 and then 2 more. So about 32 kills on this guy is what it took. Which was actually, once I got the hang of what was necessary to accomplish the task, it was really, really fast. Especially once I got to the searing organs part. Just equipping the flint slate and using the Wanderer crest, I just walked up to the guy and butchered him. No fear. Ran back, rested, reset, over and over again. That was probably the fastest, next to using the conch cutter for the shredded, I believe? Yeah, I would use the conch cutter. It only took 4 of those. My main concern was minimizing the cost of shell shards spent, because I went down to about 12, 13, 14 shell shards in terms of the pack here. Which I now know I can get more of in Belhart, which is a whole lot faster to reach. So yeah, the conch cutter helped tremendously. Literally only took 4 of the things with how strong our tools currently are. I don't think we are fully upgraded on those yet. Tool damage is maxed. Capacity is lacking, though. Which I really would like to fix. Still need to turn this in. This is what we got from the boss that... I don't know if we actually showed the... I don't know when in this video the clip is going to appear. I might do it like I did last time, so it'll be the first things you see, and then we get here. So, I was really busy. So much so, I only got to watch like 4 episodes of anime last night, or over the course of that night. And then well, the rest doesn't really matter. So, that ultimately brings us here. I knew about this place as a result of my research into where to find the rest of the craft metal in the game. And so unfortunately this location and its access point here was spoiled for me. But I don't entirely believe I ever would have actually found it. So, another thing, since I have all of the pieces I need for the feast for this to get whatever that item is, I ran that multiple times, literally from Belhart all the way out, all the way up, it didn't go well. I literally could not make it to the blasted steps. So I said, screw it. I went in through the wisp thicket. I thought it started here. And when I didn't find it, I said, oh well. But then I tried doing the run again, and I realized the wisp thicket is probably the best option I have. So, there you go. That's why I entered the wisp thicket. Now, you'll see this over here, right? There was a boss in there. I didn't expect it. He didn't expect it. after a handful of tries, he died. He wasn't even a real boss. He was something like... He was more like the second Sentinel boss fight. It was just a quick thing that got done quickly. He basically had some lanterns that spawned flaming fairies, firebirds, whatever you'd like to call them. I prefer to call them annoying. And from there, you were basically supposed to attack those. The issue with the boss fight, and how I know it wasn't a boss fight, it was more like a mid-boss fight, is what the term I prefer, is that you couldn't actually gain silk from attacking it, which was really annoying, especially considering that without the trinket that reduces fire damage, you basically just get obliterated over time. Also, you can develop an attack pattern for the little fire things it spawns, and once you get that set, avoiding them becomes a whole lot easier, but you have to get to the point where that pattern is established. I can't really explain it thoroughly because it's something you have to see to understand. But despite that, we got a new trinket from him that is supposed to do damage, but I haven't actually had the opportunity to put it to use yet. Was it worth it? No. And as you'll notice, my silk is still the exact same number it was before. Like I said, annoying. Okay. So, yeah, he basically immolated himself. That's what I'm learning now. Which is cool, except I need that silk. So, I came up with an idea to address the issues I've been having transporting the... I can see the word, it just won't come forth. The food item that I need in order to complete that particular quest. So my brilliant idea is a little bit of genocide. Light genocide, really. More like a trail of tears than a full genocide, or even a middling genocide. Just a trail of tears all the way along here as I murder everything that could do me harm that isn't a trap. All the way to home. So basically what I was doing was I would have my rest point in Belhart. I'd run all the way along, and once the thing broke, I'd just save and quit, reload, and I'm back in Belhart to start again. That makes the idea extremely time consuming, because I'd have to kill literally everything. I tried this path and I found out that does not work. So I'd have to go here all the way around, or assuming this was possible, like the other one I tried and was extremely disappointed by. I would go up this way and then here take the elevator up, and then that should be fewer fights, but I remember some nasty business along this one, especially those guys with the swords in this area. It might just be more worthwhile to go this path, but you get the point. I kill everything along the path, and then I run it. Oh, and I also discovered... Do I have something I can... I don't really. I also discovered if you run into a wall at full sprint while you're carrying anything that you get from those bugs. In my particular case, it was the food item. Courier's ration. I forgot I had that. No, it doesn't matter. It's not like I get silk from anything here. So, great. What was I talking about? Right. If you run headlong into a wall, that's an entire bar of durability / time gone. That was a fun discovery. I loved that for us. For me. Since you guys, in particular, didn't have to deal with that nonsense. Did he immolate himself? Fewer problems for me, then. So, my hands are rather cold. And so I can feel the lack of dexterity. I have suspicions about what's going to happen to biowater. Like I said, during the course of my craft metal hunt, inquiry, research, plenty of good terms, really. English is amazing. And a nightmare, apparently, to learn. During that effort, I saw some things. I chose to look away, not pay them very much credence. What the frickin'? Great, now we trip. So I tried my best not to pay them any mind. Hearing. There's something awful nearby. Ah, great. Oh, that's another half. Quarter. Oh, right. What did we get from... one of the fights that I show in the clip. Long Claw. So, this basically increases the range of needle attacks, but only these. It only affects these. I tried air attacks, I tried charge attacks. It doesn't affect any of them. Oh, not even the dash attacks. So it has extremely limited value. Huh? That's really it. That's all you've got on this side? I was sure this was going to lead into the back door for the miss. I am rather shocked that it does not. I mean, we've got the ick anyway, so... yeah. Thank goodness everything that could do us harm between here and the bench is dead. Aside from the drop down, I still can't think of the name of that particular cylindrical area there. Whatever. Anyway, so long as we don't go up, we don't have to worry about any more lanterns. Spikes, however, now listen, I know you might judge me for this, but I use the, what are they called? Yeah, yellow. Silk Speed. God, dang it. What do you mean that doesn't even cost? So it doesn't even cost anything to reload that at the bench. So that seems like it'd be great with the Architect crest, until you realize that you need... well, actually, it depends. The Architect crest could be good with the reserve bind, but you would need a consistent means of gaining silk, because you need up to that middle marker in order to even reload the reserve bind once it's being used. But once you get to that point, you may as well just use it to heal if you need to heal, but using it to heal isn't necessarily the point. The point is to reload your emergency heal. I've been down there? Yeah, that goes to Greymore. The other one leads to... yeah, we need to go to Greymore so I can take the battle bus over to Biowater. So I apparently finished all of these side quests in Bone Bottom, and I got a little statuette of Hornet, which was nice. So the unfortunate thing. Okay, remember I also donated all of those shards, shell shards. That's the word. The shell shards to Bone Bottom as well, and the main point of that was to build a statue to welcome new pilgrims. I saw the statue, it was cool, and then I realized I could break it, And then I realized breaking it provided shell shards, which I hunger for. So I broke it. It's no longer there. It doesn't come back. It's just gone forever. You don't get to see it. Wasn't much to see. Come and get it. Idiot. How embarrassed he got there almost makes me feel bad. And then I remember he started it. All is fair when it's your fault. We have to go down. I'd love to see him drop through the bottom of that, but let's see. Go here. That leads to venture. What? What do you mean? That looks like a ventrica. Oh, elevator. Got it. I spoke to the barman, hoping he'd have a lead on what to do with the soul. I even went all the way over to the Mad Doctor. No dice. So there are only a few characters I'm aware of remaining. I don't know what to do with the Seeker's Soul. I have no desire to go to the Coral Tower. There shouldn't be anything of value there anymore. I spoke to Oscar the Grouch under Bellheart. No dice. I still don't know how to get the Flintstone that's just sitting there. I don't know what key I need for the bell thing down here. Hopefully that stuff comes up later. Oh, right. So this is where I got the pickled muck maggot. I remember it because that is a heck of a name. I've also been wondering where I would get that from the entire time. So like I said, I did a lot of wandering last episode. Also, the slave is gone, which means an end to my goddamn silk eaters. I've only got 2 left now. I've got to use them wisely. I don't know where he went, and that troubles me. I also visited the the thing that talks about the eggs up here. I should probably leave that markers there. Yeah, that's fine. I took the Seeker Soul there as well. Spoke to it, thinking maybe it would desire lunch. We also have to go, we can remove this, put this here now. So we've got those to deal with as well, which I hope to get done this episode. But first we've got to go here and start looking for chakra. So I wasn't going to actually cut this business in until we actually got to chakra, but apparently we have these rings here to track her by, and I figured, since we're going to be here anyway and doing the whole smelling her stink along the way, I may as well bring you along for the ride. Doesn't really matter that we've lost the track, but almost bamboozled. And yeah, I know I said track instead of scent, even though it's clear that she's taking a whiff. Goodness, that was close. Oh, right. I've fought a number of enemies on by now. Because I don't have it equipped. Of course I don't. So, this is what I got from the Father of Flame, the boss I told you about in the Wisp Thicket. I forgot to put this on. Where's this? It's that way. Learned a lesson there, didn't we? So currently I'm looking for more tracks from her. But there's nothing up here. Also? Oh yeah, that's up there. Yeah, we have that now. Okay, so yeah, we don't have to go... I guess we can do that first. We can go take a seat. And then come back. So that's what we're going to do. Just in case anything weird happens. This is where I got the Seeker's Soul. I tried using the Needlein, but see, I almost called it the Langolin. Tried using it to see if anything would happen. No dice, so I'm not particularly concerned. Now, our current objective, to avoid taking too much damage while we find out where... Crap. The last track we had was from below. I think I did this already. Yeah. Oh, these things appear now? Cool, I guess. Yeah, we're going to have to go back and pick up the scent again. So the other track has to be across from here, right? Right. Okay. God dang it. Again, the double jump actually screwed me there. You know, because it's daylight out now, it being, I think it's probably 11 by now. It being 11 in the morning, you would think. There we go. This would be perfectly fine, but get out of here. Look here, Stinky. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I can barely see what's going on here. I've gone down there before. That leads over. Maybe we should go and take a seat, huh? Oh, it's not here. It's the other way. God, I hate the trippy land. Okay. I haven't seen any trails here. Or any tracks to scratch and sniff. Get off me. Sure is quiet in here. You guys smell that? I can smell it. All right, let's make this happen, Captain.
Yes, correct.
Poshanka, Hornet wielding needle. For that is your name, is it not? I have heard it spoken in this land with reverence. I had hoped you would accept my summons. In these moments, one is good, but do is best.
That's fine.
I would not deny the wish, Chakra. A somber ceremony seemed likely at this trail's end, and I am sadly proved correct. This, then, is your master,
WeArEuS.
the fiercest of my tribe. Here she lies. I called her master, true, but she was mother just as much, more by far, than the bug who bore me.
Has been?
Among the many marvels of this kingdom, she found a fine place to meet her end.
Yes, go.
Ended by age. My tribe would call that a shame, but I see only strength unbeaten. Even as her shell betrayed her, she walked this kingdom's breadth. It was her trail followed that allowed me to share witness to its dignity.
Los Kakor.
Hornet wielding needle. You too have journeyed these many paths as my master before us. Join me now for her song singing. It is time for her soul to walk beyond her shell. I wonder what would happen if I had the spider string equipped. Wish granted.
Wishka.
For sharing this moment, I shall have you accept the gift. One I had believed I would never pass. You would take these rings and the learnings to make more.
Una mushke.
They are built of a clever method devised by my master and will crush hard this kingdom's toughest shell. Use them, and she is remembered.
Tamiyan.
My thanks, Chakra. To gain a tool so defined by its owner, I am much grateful. They shall prove a great aid on my own journey.
Whoop.
Can I have a map? This right here could have been a bench. Oh, how I wish. Does it need to be one? No, not at all. I'm just saying. Ice. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was confused about how to get out of there at first. speaking of being spoiled on certain things about this area, I know that there is a space for the... I don't know what the guy's name is. For the... Moth Caravan? I believe it's supposed to be. I know there's a spot for it around here somewhere. I cannot, for the life of me, remember where. Which means I'm going to have to find it on my own, which is fine. I prefer to find things naturally anyway. So where are we? If we head straight across, we can see what the throwing rings are all about. This will be a little annoying with these guys here. You were not invited. For some weird reason, I didn't expect the bug to walk all the way to the end. Why? I could not even begin to tell you. Here. Okay. That annoys me. Okay, so we've got that all the way over there. I know the general location of the place where the moth caravan is supposed to end up ultimately. It's up here somewhere, but for the life of me, I don't know. I guess we can try going up there now that Chakra's thing is done, and maybe she'll be up there somewhere. For now, though, let's touch the ring. Hardened throwing weapon of the warrior chakra. Blunt force weapon that rebounds between enemies and hard surfaces. The only reason I have this equipped is because the Father of Flame was basically a static enemy with a static weak point that would be revealed after you broke the lanterns around it and burned off its branches. I never got to use it. Because during the fight, you're ducking and dodging the flaming moths, fairies, whatever you want to call them. Wisp is probably the correct term here, correct name, but I don't care. I forgot the input when I was in a prime opportunity to use this, and so I just stayed on the ground using this underneath it, and it melted. I can't tell if this is good yet. But I mean, you know, whatever. I don't hate having it. So, oh, wait. We can also get rid of that thing. Other blue. Oh yeah, you. Let's see how that works. We're on fire. Well, not on fire. It's a little toasty in our general vicinity now. Oh, did I linger on the thing so you could read it? Apparently, wisps spawn from it and burn foes while consuming silk. Which is fine, because I think I have the thing that regenerates silk on, so, yeah. What else? Yeah, that seems about right. So we go up. I want to see if Chakra's up here so I can get a map from her of this area. Great. I didn't think I knew that goddamn song. Mother frickin' know of me. You don't know me. I didn't think I knew the song, but there it is. So I've got enough. That probably would have been useful for Simmer as well, or the seared organs needed for that quest. But the way I did it was most efficient. Know me. Huh. Okay, now I remember what's under here. Under here is the place full of where the shell shards were. I lost a good number of them to the brine, let's call it. So there's no real reason to go down. So where the frick am I supposed to get a map for this place from? Why do they only spawn under really weird circumstances? They're just so much worse than the drones. Though, I could combine these with the drones and then things get really funky. Okay, so these have a proclivity to directly target an enemy. Took 3 of them, though. Can't say I'm a fan of that. Okay. Feels like I'm missing something here. Yeah, you tell him, Flaming Wisp. I don't freaking know. without a map, I have no idea where I would even. I want to go and talk to these guys again. It's a little bit out of the way, but... Okay, so the next course of action is to head over to the slab and start sticking my key in things. Can't wait to see how this turns out. This looks like it'll lead to a pretty decently sized area, so I'm tempted to go here first. I wouldn't be surprised if this just leads to a hallway and severe disappointment, but you know, this is the life we lead. So I have to go all the way back through frickin' Biowater to get to the Bellway. I'm not going to drag you along with me for that. I am a good host. So, do you remember, a couple of episodes ago or so, I was talking about how the map automatically filling out can be kind of deceptive in terms of making me think I've explored every place when I actually haven't? Well, I don't think this exactly counts towards that because that's a door, so I'd actually have to enter this room in order to fill it in on the map, which means we've been here before. So why is he here? I'm obviously going to have to kill him because he's got beads and I want them. I'm not even going to pretend that he's not an enemy. You just hit me with beads, you bastard. Okay, hold those for me. Anyway. The nearest save point is pretty far, but I want to reset this area and see if Chakra comes here. Looks like a decent place for her to spawn in. So, anything's possible. I shouldn't die. I shouldn't. So I thought the ring would be good. The ring is not good. which was obvious from the fact that it took forever to kill the tentacle things back in the upper areas of Biowater. The bola's nice. Definitely nice. Not a fan of the ring, though. Where did I need to go? I was going to head over to Grand Gate, right, which means we need to go to Grand Beltway. Alright, I'm going to go talk to them. If you don't see anything about it, that means nothing happened and there's nothing to worry about. Yeah, I guess we can go ahead and start this off by going up. I don't hate the wisp thing. Oh, right, there is another area here I need to visit, and I never remember where the frick it is. I also forgot to go back to that one area to see if chakra would appear there. Oh well. Guess we just don't get the map to that upper area. Like I was saying, there's an area here where there is an empty room where you can hear something. I'm hoping maybe that'll be drawn out by the Seeker's soul. Hold those. Okay. Interesting pathing. Back off. If I hadn't already been out of the way, that would have hit me. This definitely isn't it. Also, what is this? Not entirely sure that was the right room. Could be up here. Also, aren't the flaming wisps in the shape of the... Is it Romanji or Kanji? Either way, the Japanese character for fire. Yeah, this isn't the right area. Sure, I guess. In for a penny. What do you mean I can't go up? Oh, that sucks. Guess I'll kill some dudes. The wisps do some pretty good damage, too. How many hits did that take? I think it was 4. So it's basically good for an extra normal attack, which isn't bad. Open sesame. Is upsetting. Ah, crap. No dice. I wonder if I could have taken the organs to that little maggot that's in that room there. Brood, maggot, whatever. God dang it. Now I'm sent all the way back down. Okay. Got it. Debatable. God this was actually worth it. I mean, being on the road to an extra health, always a good thing. Let's see if we missed anything over here. Yeah, right, like I was actually going to follow that entire path all the way along. I'm a lover of shortcuts. I don't know why I still have the ring equipped. I want it to be good. I would love if it were good. What else? Okay, all the way down and then left. Hey there. Go ahead and open the shortcut. Penitent, 8th of the 12, guilty of the sin of irreverence, penance by chaining, absolution granted after death. Penitent, 2nd of the 4th, guilty of the sin of dissonance, penance by silencing, absolution granted after death. Penitent, 4th of the 4th, guilty of the sins of infirmity, sickness, penance by swallowing, absolution granted after death. Penitent, 12th of the 1st, guilty of an unnamed sin, penance by casting, absolution not granted. I don't imagine they're talking about the 12th architect. Though it's possible. There we go. I did not touch the save point that's near this area. Wrong way. Let's get rid of the ring. Makes me sad. as well, right? We've got that to worry about now. Good news. I've been recording a 1 hour episode for 2 hours now. But why? It's kind of honestly, I'm not really to blame for not using the needle in here. Like, why would I ever think to utilize something that doesn't really do anything aside from make music and only be useful after you've gotten a certain skill that allows you to open doors? At which point then you have to manually think to yourself, oh right, this door I can open now. Song, is it? You have brought song? You are of the Citadel, then. How many of you?
Tamiyan,
I am alone, sir. You needn't fear. I am no servant of the Citadel. Are you a prisoner of theirs? Prisoner. I understand you not. There is no prison here. This is a holy place of forgiveness. Please, speak with reverence.
Magina Fora.
If this place was holy once, no evidence remains. Even as a prison, it has been neglected. If you wish, I can free you. You can descend through the caverns below until you find a settlement. You are asking me to leave this place. What a strange, fearful thought. Such a sin would never. No. By the grace of the Citadel, I am here as a penitent. Here, I can hide from the shame of my sins until they are withered away by time. Leave this place, please. Strike me down dead before you speak such blasphemy again.
Nesvir,
Will you tell me of those who guard this structure? They are servants of the Citadel, are they not? Servants. They too are penitents. In a past age, that caste committed their own sacrilege against the Citadel. A sin long forgotten, but so grave that their offspring and the offspring of their offspring carry the guilt with them still. To serve here is their only hope of absolution. If the weight of your sins bear down upon you, you may remain here with me in penitence, sister. sure there's some value in his existence. Cannot fathom it quite yet, though.
WeArEuS.
Ah, so we do have a new interaction, which is weird that it didn't just continue like it did before. You needn't satisfy my curiosity if it pains you, sir, but I must ask, for what crime or sin did the Citadel imprison you?
Sin.
My sin. Grave transgression. The cause of much pain for many. But unspeakable sin is to invite its return. I will say no more.
Oh, das.
Now that isn't... Got a bench above us. Get up here, you nerd. Yeah, I saw it, but I don't care. I needed to change this to this just to see. I don't care. Yeah, that thing contributes more than a single hit worth of damage. Probably not a whole lot more, maybe a hit and a half. I was hoping to get the guy to sing about his sin at least, but no dice. Right, we got a memory lock in there. I know there's at least one more crest. The shaman crest, which I unfortunately had spoiled for me, but only in name. I don't know what the thing itself actually does. That's a little upsetting. I couldn't even break free of it while I was falling. Thankfully, it did no damage. He died. High profit. You know. Just another, what is today? Sunday. In the zone. Frick did you go? Wait, hold on. This feels like it connects to something below us, or maybe it'll just dead end. The only way to know is to know. But first, And no, I didn't know about that. If I know about something and I encounter it, I will tell you. Otherwise, I have no idea. Like this. Why does this need to exist? I had to check. There's no map for this area yet. Just checking the walls. This is a very large and open room. Our nearest save point was not accessed. The other one is a little far, but it's not too big of a deal, right? We literally just drop all the way down the middle, and we're home free. Whatever happens next. I'm not going to say the words, but I thought them. So it's probably just as bad. At worst, it would have harmed me. At best, it would have done some damage. Well, no. At best, it would have done nothing like it did. At worst, it would have killed me instantly. Anything in between there and the beginning, no problem. So, let's do this. Half spawn of a distant land. Within this cage I have waited. Let my strength be bound to yours. We claim the future of our cursed kingdom. Bait, like I knew. The first sinner. Wow, that is freaking wild. What we have equipped is not meant for a fight with someone that fast. I'm going to go over to the bench and re-equip. And from there, we are just going to put that fight on hold. I'm pretty sure we've got at least an hour's worth of video here. Almost, right? Right. Anyway, since we almost have an hour's worth of video, I'm going to hold that fight off until next episode. See, sometimes I operate with the fact that I have a double jump in mind, and other times, a double jump. Like this up here, I don't know how I'm supposed to... You come down from somewhere. Or maybe it's just purely cosmetic, but from everything I've seen, it's not been that way ever. So I've tried... Oh. Never mind. Apparently I already did all of that. Well, anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. We will be back next episode with Violence Untold. to be inflicted upon the first sinner. Because they did an oopsie in trying to fight me. And I say trying, but they won. But that's a temporary condition. And so, with all that said, we will see you next time.